Nice of you to finally join us.
Hey, I'm here.
What time did you get in?
2:40.
2:40 in the morning.
In the morning.
Shoo.
Yeah.
Well, we got the hot rod ready for the most part.
Left the battery on last night.
I asked you if you wanted to plug it in.
No, we can turn the switch on.
Oh, well. Was it plugged in?
Nah.
Oh, well.
It's plugged in now. We're good.
That's good. It will be all right.
fixed it.
What are we doing? Filling some NOS?
We got some
Some
NOS.
NOS.
There's 2 of the big ones by tonight.
I seen the way you drive. You got a heavy foot.
You're gonna blow the thing up.
All right, guys. So we got the scales under the car. We're gonna set it down, get James in the car, so we can start moving some weight around. And there's one other thing I want to show you guys. So, as you guys saw in the last video, I was showing you guys how to set up shock sensors. And when I was kind of editing and going through it, I didn't finish it out and show you. So it was only moving in 1-inch increments, and that's not 100% how I have it set up. It actually moves more. So I knew there was gonna be some questions as soon as I saw that last night. So I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth and show you guys how it's going to be going down the track and set ride height with James in it, so we can see both ways, basically. So I will show you guys that. We're just gonna get him in the car once we get it all the way on the ground and get it all the weight moved around, and then I'll show you guys how to zero out ride height and set it up the way we are going to use it. You all right in there, bud? You need me to kick the air conditioning on? That is true. What do we got?
50.
2788. You can't just...
No, because it's fucking side to side. The partial weights does cross, not front to back.
Oh. Solid.
Yeah, it's like a pain in the ass. Yeah. Yep.
That's smart. That's real. I hope they could hear that in the video. All right, guys, so I went ahead and made the adjustments, and I'll show you guys how we do that. But this is how it's going to be going down the track. And you can fine-tune the decimal points, too. The way you do that is the same thing in our setup. So once you've typed in your inch for your units, underneath is format. So last night I just had it set as 1, but you can actually add the decimal points and change it just by going that. So you guys saw it there, which for right rear shock, we'll go look at that. So now you can see the right rear, instead of being like it is there, just that little bit of an adjustment made it go right to there. So I'm either gonna run it in that position or the 1, 2, 3 position, because you see these just move around a lot. This car's literally just sitting right now. So once we get all our weights moved around and ride height is where it's gonna be, I'm gonna change these up so that 3.5 will be our 0 point, and then it'll go either direction from there. All right, folks, the car is ready to go. We had to move a bunch of weight around to try to get it down. We got it about 56.7% nose weight. So we were kind of wanting to be like 55, but there's really no way to make it do that without adding a bunch of weight to the back, which is probably going to wheelie if we do that. So we're going to take it the way it is. The front is up a little bit higher, so we may, when we get to the track, play with ride height a little bit in the front and kind of work off of that. But we're going to take it the way it sits. The only other thing I'm going to have to do probably in the tune-up is our wheelie control. I'm going to have to look at that because the ride height's a little bit higher. So I want to make sure that I adjust that so that it doesn't start trying to control a wheelie that's not actually happening. So we'll go ahead and take a peek at that. But we're going to load the car in the box, go get some lunch, and head to the track. So we'll see y'all out there. done up to the car, get it ready to go. James already got the lip put on. Got to get the hood off, put some fuel in it. So just top the fuel off, and we should be good to go. I'm going to go through the Nitrous Progressive and make sure that our tune-ups are what we want them to be. I do need to set the rear shocks. The front shocks are set, but I just need to go through the rear shock, make sure those are where we want them, and then we should be good to go.
Solid first pass. Man, that felt good. So what we did there is the nitrous tune-up was the same it always has been. You know, we left that alone. We have a one setting. We have this knob here. Never really explained it to you guys, but this AMS boot, so we got this knob here. We never really explained it to you guys, I think, in depth, but it's an AMS 2000 nitrous controller, one of the best like standalone nitrous controllers kind of on the market. You can preload 5 tune-ups and, you know, vary them from soft to all of it. And we have our go-to start the day at a new track tune-up set at 1. So that was nitrous tune-up 1. Nate programmed in a launch retard, and then that was all the suspension back to the appropriate settings. You know, we had the travel kind of far, so we got that back to where it needs to be. We put a lighter spring on the front end, raised the car a little bit, and moved some weight, and we got this thing scaled like 57 something on the nose now instead of 60%, and the car really liked it. It left, towed at the tire for a good bit, set it down, and rode right down on through there. But that felt good. We struggled with the car a little bit the last 2 times out, and we needed that. Solid start for the day. Nothing like going to a new track I've never been to and going out, you know, really showing out the first test pass. So get the slip, see what you ran. But yeah, that felt good. Strong pass.
Hey, bud.
Hey.
Right down Broadway.
Dude, that felt great.
It looked good. It looked like it was on the borderline of wheeling though.
It like came up and just stopped.
Yeah, it just sat there. Dude, it was pretty, dude. It just came up and just sat there, and she rode right out.
Dude, it was like up, and I'm like, man, if this thing starts climbing, it's going up fast, and it just stopped, and I'm like, I'm staying in it.
Yeah, so that was setting 1, and we had the ignition retard on. We didn't use the dump valve, we just used the ignition retard. So now we got some data. We got some shock data. We got a track data. So we'll get this thing back, turn it around, and try to get another hit before qualifying. Let's go get that time. No, I didn't. So let's go get it.
Oh, let's go get it. I'm curious.
All right, guys. So that hit, I had the timing retard on. We were in setting 1, and it went a 117 to the 60 foot, 308 to the 330, 467 with a 2 to the 8th mile, and 154.95 to the 8th. So, all right, guys. So got the data log pulled up. Our shock sensors are working perfect. So you can watch them right here. I can pull them up here, but it's going to be really, really jagged. So we'll just leave them over here. So at ride height, this is our rear shock. So we got 0.2 and 0.36, roughly that area. So as you let go of the button, those will start to climb. They are not extending like I would like them to. The front end, these are the 2 front shocks, front left, front right. 6 inches basically is full extension because we have it limited to 3 inches of travel. So at 0.7-ish into the run, the front travel is maxed out. So we're at 3 inches, and you can see in the video it started to wheelie a little bit. It was a manageable wheelie, but the rear is just not extending hardly at all. Maybe an inch as we go through the run. So 180, I think, was the most I saw-ish on the left rear shock as far as extension goes. So we've now made the gear change. It's only extended about not even 1.5 inches, maybe 1.5 inches. But by the end of the run, all the downforce, so this is out at the end of the run at 8,300, the rear shocks are compressed fully. It's pushed them all the way down. with the downforce, and the front end is down an inch. So we're gonna work at the suspension. I actually messed up a little bit with the starting line retard. I had done something to show you guys the video before, and I forgot to swap it back. So that actually had no starting line retard in it. It had a half a second or a half a degree for 0.4 of a second, maybe, if that. So nothing really spectacular there. So we'll probably make a front suspension adjustment. I might loosen the back up, the rebound, just to let it kind of extend a little bit quicker, maybe, and see if it'll keep the front end down. And we'll give it just a little bit more nitrous. Not a whole lot, but we'll probably go to setting 2 and see if it'll take it out there. I guess when the sun goes down out here, the track gets really good. It didn't seem too bad up there. I think we could have gone a little bit faster, but overall, not bad to go from spinning consistently for probably the last 4 or 5 hits to being able to come out after we did what we did and go right down the track and go 467. So we're gonna have to pep that up. If we can get it a tenth faster, we'll definitely be competitive in this field if we can get it to go 457 or so, but we definitely got to get that 60 foot down into the low 10 area, somewhere between 105 and 109. All right, guys, we're up in the stage nice. We're gonna make one more test hit. Tighten up the front end just a little bit. We're gonna go to setting 2, and we're gonna activate the dump just to see kind of if we can get 60 foot up. I want to see what the dump does, and we'll just kind of see where it goes from here. So we know that the tune-up that was just in it will go down pretty much anywhere that was a really slow 60 foot. So we're gonna try to pick it up a little bit. Hey, bud.
Hey, what you do?
Boy, we're gonna do something there.
Yeah. Shoo!
I don't know if you were crooked or if it drove that way, but we gotta look at it.
When it hiked up, I was pointed a little left. I was trying to get the car a little bit more right, so this way it drive back center.
Yeah, no.
When the car left, it picked up and went left, but I didn't want to make the correction. Front wheels came down.
I was driving right.
Well, when the front wheels came down, I made a little correction and it drove itself back.
Oh, okay.
Like the groove grabbed the car and it like overcorrected.
So, do you think we need to make a chassis adjustment?
No, it drove so straight that last pass. Because, I mean, the car was straight and it drove straight down the center of the groove. The fact that we were outside the groove had more bite, so it pulled the car back straight. I could have just probably not corrected.
Nobody else has gone down, just so you know.
Yeah. Well, the car would have probably grabbed itself back straight.
If you had it just left it on.
It was before the 330.
You lifted before 330. It still went 310.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
110 to the 60 foot.
111 flat.
Was it a 1? Oh, I thought it was 110. My bad.
111 flat.
Yeah, 111. I was reading the wrong number, but still, that's a little faster than what we just did. So that was setting 2. Did you have the dump on?
Yes.
Okay, so setting 2, dump on, 4 clicks more into the front end, and that was, I would say, pretty perfect, other than getting a little wobbly.
I mean, if it was, the car was drivable like that, it's just in a test pass,
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, I mean, everything we did that last pass showed that we know what we're doing. Guys, we're not idiots.
Sometimes we know what we're doing. Well, this is the thing with this car. Every time we think we know what we're doing with this car, we'll start to go in the right direction, and then it's like, ha, psych, and then we're
usually
trying again.
On by us changing something.
Yeah, so we're going to go now from testing into qualifying tonight. So we'll probably leave that the way it is because the air might get a little bit better. It's pretty cool right now. What do you think, 70, 71 probably out right now?
Air temp wise?
Yeah.
If I had to guess, it's like 76, 74.
Yeah. The track's going to have a little bit more bite to it as the sun goes down, so I think we should be good with that tune up there. And we'll just see what it goes. I imagine that should go bottom 60.
If we gain bite in the track, though, we can always achieve more wheel speed with more power.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine there. A little bit more bite. It had a little bit of room to kind of wheelie a little bit more and go, so I think we should be fine there.
Yeah, no, it definitely felt something.
Cool.
It felt like it hiked up and picked up the front end last.
We'll go look at the rear shock data and kind of get an idea. So now we can see the dump valve and everything working on the track and get a good idea. So if that dump worked the way I have it set up, the way I'm hoping it worked, dude, that's money.
Dude, it worked.
Because nobody can go down that track. Literally, I've been up there. The last 6 or 7 cars have spun.
And then you go. Yeah. And we went quick. 111 smash for that car.
Yeah.
You know, 105 to 107.
We want to be 105, 107 consistently.
Is number 1, number 2 guy.
But
and they do it in perfect conditions.
Yeah,
consistent
having a
107,
117 tune-up, a 111 tune-up, and then getting faster and faster, that is what we really want to do.
That's what we got.
So
We got us to get down, we got us to go faster, and then we're going to get us a...
yeah, we still have 3 more clicks on the Nitrous tune-ups. That was setting 2 with the dump enabled. So let's go. Let's get it back to the pits and get the data pulled up. All right, guys. Yes, I'm laying on the ground. So I was looking over the data log, and our left rear shock looked like it was compressed the whole time. So I was like, that can't be right. Let me look under the car. Well, looks like our plastic screw broke off. So I'm thinking that the shock is actually bottoming out the sensor. So we're gonna have to look further.
No, something's wrong with this. Why does this look like it's bent?
What?
The whole shock.
The spring is probably because it's so long. Let me put my phone. Guys, I'm gonna let you go here, and I'm gonna check this out. All right, guys. Definitely bottoming out our shock sensors, so we're gonna have to readdress that. We're gonna zip time up out of the way so we can do first round of qualifying, and then we'll have to adjust them. I think we're gonna move the shock up just a little bit and see if that helps. All right, guys. So something cool to see here. So the last run, the shocks were, I want to say 12 clicks from full tight. This time they're 8 clicks from full tight. And the last run, our front shock topped out at 0.73 into the run. This run, with the extra clicks just tightening up the rebound a little bit, we went all the way out to 1.47 into the run before the shock actually topped out on the limiter. So that is perfect. We might be able to get away with a click or 2 more, but we're gonna leave it alone for first round of qualifying and see what it does. If it would have went straight down there, that would have been bottom 60, maybe high 50, but definitely bottom 60. So we're gonna leave it the way it is right now. So it's gonna go down. We'll do first round of qualifying, and then hopefully we can go 50. Hopefully pick up just a little bit, because the air will be a little bit better. So hopefully it'll just pick up enough, and maybe we can get a 50 pass out of it. That would be awesome. We're gonna fight in this car, and it's awesome to actually get out to the track after doing some changes, moving stuff around, and actually get it to go down and go down pretty fast. It's very rewarding. So that is that's good. So we're gonna get the car turned around, put some fuel in it, cool it off, get a fresh bottle in it, and then go up for first round of qualifying. Same tune-up as before. We're not going to change anything. The weather is a little bit better, but I think we should be all right. When I get up on the starting line, we'll judge that. If we need to go back to 2-1, we'll go back to 2-1.
I've been for many years. Many different vehicles.
Flat 298 450 156. Let's go, baby.
New PB on the car by 3 thousand, which is a lot in this class. So that puts us real high up on the ladder right now. That was an awesome run, dude. The thing just did exactly what it was supposed to do. Exactly what it was supposed to do.
You'll see that. We'll show them the TPS sensor when we get
I thought I heard you kick it. I thought I heard that, but yeah,
it felt like it just. I didn't feel like it came off the nitrous when I did it though. So, but I definitely was in there doing some footwork. It felt like it was drifting left, and I could just see the wall getting closer. And it was too hiked up to make a correction, so I just wanted it down so I can see where I was going.
It was on the ground. Like it didn't wheelie
down,
or
but
anything. It looked good. It looked really good.
It felt good.
So let's get this thing hooked up, get it turned around. 156. That's like turbo car mile an hour for this class. That's crazy. All right, well let me get backed up, let me get hooked up to you, and then we'll get this thing back to the pits. All right, guys, got the data log pulled up from that 455 pass, and it looks like Jack Stan pedaled it.
So they're doing a little bit of footwork.
He did pedal it. It actually restarted the nitrous ramp again, which is this ramp right here. So it re-ramped the nitrous. So that actually could have been faster. So we're going to leave the tune-up exactly how it is. We are not going to touch anything because it was perfect going down. You said it just moved a little bit. It wasn't in a wheelie, but
it wasn't in a wheelie, but it just felt as it was. The front end was light, and it felt as if it was gathering on the wall. So I wanted it to be a pass.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just get it to where it felt.
Yeah, you didn't lift all the way. You just lifted a little bit, 70-ish% or so. I think we got down to 74%, but it was enough to restart the ramp and re-ramp the nitrous in. So this will go faster. All the shock data looks good. It is working. The back only extended an inch, which seems like very little, but the car is working that way, so we're not going to mess with it. We're just going to keep working off of what we got. The front shock didn't max out until about 1.5 into the run, so that's perfect. Everything seems to be working just like it should. Our pan back is awesome. It's climbing the whole way, which is this line here, and that's a sign of motors getting unhappy. You need to pull some timing out, but it is happy with where we are right now.
Everything is kosher.
Yeah, we're gonna turn the car around. We got Q2 tonight, and then tomorrow we'll go one more round of qualifying, and then we'll go into elimination rounds. But that is awesome. We just reset the PB for this car right there. All right, guys, we are in the lanes for Q2. This is gonna be our last run tonight, and then we'll move on to Q3 tomorrow and then into elimination rounds. So we're gonna race the exact same car that we raced at Lights Out several videos ago, and we lost to him, went into a big wheelie and pedaled it. That was that. So see if we can get a little bit of redemption on this one. All right, guys, that is a new PB right there. 453 with a 6, 107 to the 60 foot, just like we had been talking about in the last video, trying to get back there. But it actually ran into the rev limiter on that pass, so the nitrous actually turned off there towards the end. That would have even been faster than that.
There was my 52 to 7 I called earlier.
I called a 53. We went to 53, but it would have definitely gone faster.
Yeah, I noticed it on the pass before. I noticed it the first time I drove the car.
Yeah, every time we've gone through, it's like kind of in the limiter, but this time, because we're faster.
It goes through the second cone, like,
all right, so what happens is the nitrous turns off before the limiter. So when you're going through, the nitrous actually turned off before you went through the 8th mile cone.
The nitrous is coming off pre-mile an hour
Yes.
cones, because it's banging the limit going through both 8 mile cones, and it's mile an hour, then ET. So you got about a 25, 30 foot gap. So it's going the last 60, 70 foot of the racetrack with no nitrous. Maybe even more.
I don't know. We're going to pull up the data log and check it out. But we're going to have to definitely up the limiter on that one. All right, guys. That's going to do it for this episode. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, stay tuned, and we'll see you tomorrow for elimination.